Hey guys, this is Grace and welcome to my channel. We are on process 170 and this is entitled Happy You, and this is a layout that I created with the January 2019 Flavors of the Month kit from the Scrapbook Kit Club, and it features the products from Jelly Bean Soup in their collection You Make Me So Happy, and also adding some of the items in the embellishment add-on kit from this month as well. So, and also this is my layout with for my recipe assignment. So every month some of the designers are asked to create a recipe for the double page layouts that they create, and so my assignment was to make a double page for the Jelly Bean Soup collection, and with the recipe comes instructions, cutting instructions, and also instructions on how to recreate the layout. So that is really good for those scrappers that just wants to kind of follow along somebody else's design and make the process of creating faster. And so if you are a Kit Club member, then you will get that recipe sent to you. So anyways, these photos are photos of my son's second birthday, and it shows the birthday cake that I created for him as well as his big gift, which was a bike. And I thought that this would really look really cute with the papers that that was in this collection, because it had a very springy type of colors, and the cake that I made for my son had a lot of colors as well on there, so I thought that they will blend really well. But first I am going to work on adding papers to the page. So each of the mini kit only comes with 3 papers. It is double-sided, so you get 6 designs, but because you are very limited with the papers, which is kind of a good thing sometimes, because sometimes I get overwhelmed when I have too many paper choices. But because there's only 3 and I want to maximize all of them, and also because this is a double page layout, so it's a bigger kind of canvas instead of your single 12 by 12, I wanted to be efficient with my paper usage. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to create a border with this double page layout. And so I cut a 3/4 inch strip of paper, and I cut up 6 of them so that I can create a full frame. Now I like the kind of finished edge of my frame, and so I had placed 2 of those strips kind of like in a L design, and then I cut the edges of them at an angle so that they have that perfect edge design to them, so that they could butt together and they would perfectly match. So that's what I'm doing here, and I am using the blue cardstock that came with the mini kit as my background, and I just like the framing of the page. I just felt like that grounds the page. It has a cleaner design, and your eye tends to go straight into the center or within that frame. So I thought that's really cool. Now, one of the things that I kind of wanted to do different for this layout was to use the pattern papers to create my own design. And at this time, I'm kind of rummaging through my die cut shapes, trying to figure out what kind of design shape I wanted my papers to be cut from. And so I'm pulling out some possibilities, and I pulled out a few variations of tags. I have some labels there, and that wishes one, I pulled that out just because maybe I could use that as part of my title. And so I'm kind of pulling some possibilities here, kind of testing them out if they look good, because I feel like layering pattern papers, it's like I'm doing that all the time already, so I felt like this layout needed to be a little bit different as far as my usage of the pattern paper. And I ended up using that tag from Newton's Nook, and it's I think it's maybe a 2.5 by 1.5 type of tag. It's really small, well, not super small, but you know, it's smaller than our usual items that we use for our layouts, but I felt like the size was perfect for what I had in mind. So here's what I did was I cut out a bunch of the papers into tags, and then I layered them on the bottom. And then because the the die cut came the tag die cut already has the hole in the center top of the tag, so I used that to kind of connect them together, and I used some twine from my stash to do that. So there is a little bit of texture, a bit of dimension to this page, and I love how it turned out. So this idea will be good if you have pattern papers that you really wanted to like show a lot of them on one page, then you can cut them in smaller shapes like what I did here, or you can use some scraps as well for this particular design. So I'm sorry that my phone just made a noise. That was Messenger, so I'll have to check that out later, and I forgot to hit the mute button on my phone. Anyways, going back, I also decided I wanted a border on the top and the bottom of my photo grid, and so I used one of the pattern papers, and I just cut a scallop on one edge of it, and I cut that about 1/2 inch thick, and so that's what I'm putting on my my layout. And then this happy word is part, I got it in the mini kit. It's just a die cut word, and so I'm going to use that. Initially I had wanted to use that wishes die cut, and I was thinking of die cutting the wishes since it's a birthday, but the wishes was already script, and I felt like if I had cut that and used that here, there would be two different script fonts on my layout, and I don't know, I don't like that. I like combining the sans serif and the script together, and so I pulled out the foam stickers that was part of the embellishment kit, and then put the word you there, so happy you for my title. And now I am just embellishing now. The kit came with a bunch of die cuts, and so I'm going to use some word strips and some of the die cut shapes that came with it. And it also came with some enamel hearts and some floral green type images, and so I'm going to add the hearts though. I'm not going to add the green and the green kind of floral ones. So so that's my left page. Now I'm going to work on my right, which is pretty similar. The only difference is that some of the photos are vertical instead of horizontal. And so like I said, these photos are pictures of my kid's second birthday. He is actually 4 now, so that just shows you that you can never be caught up with scrapbooking, and I don't feel the pressure of getting caught up, because in my mind, if we are caught up, then what are we going to scrapbook, right? Like we're going to run out of things to scrapbook. So I don't typically pressure myself to make sure that I am like 1 year caught up, or like, you know, I'm working at 2017 or 2018. If it's 2019, I'm not really worried about that. I just enjoy the idea of scrapbooking, and so I don't really worry about making sure that I am all caught up. So if I scrapbook a 2011 photo or 2015 photo, it doesn't really make a difference for me. So and I love everything crafty. I love creating, and so with the help of YouTube and also Pinterest, I was able to make my son this train type of cake. Now my cake making skills are very, very limited, but I try to make something for him every year, because that's kind of like he looks forward to that. And so even though they don't turn out like the ones that I see in the picture, it's all right. I'm not going to beat myself up, because you can't win them all, right? You can't be creative in every sort of creative pursuits. So I'm okay with that. So finishing off this page, I'm just adding that one last border. I did use some of the die cuts to add a little bit of embellishments here and there on my page, and that's it. If you guys have any questions, make sure that you leave it in the comment section below. Following are some close-ups, and I will catch you guys on another video. Bye!